So what is there to do in Cedar City, Utah? Well, we're going to talk about it, so stick around. All right, if this is your first time to this channel, we talk about everything there is to know about living in Cedar City, Utah and the surrounding areas. So if that is something that interests you, make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you can stay up to date with our market. My name is Elizabeth Prisby. I am with Stratum Real Estate Group. I get calls, texts, emails from people just like you every single day looking to make a move here. So don't be afraid to reach out. My information is down below in the description. I'd be more than happy to help you make that move. So I'm sure you're wondering if there is anything to do in Cedar City, Utah. We are a small town. We only have a population of just over 37,000 people, and we only have 2 zip codes, 3 exits off the I-15. So what could there possibly be to do? Well, I'm going to take you through a list of 10 things you can do in Cedar City, Utah that are great for you and your family. These are things that you can do within the city. So I know we have a lot of national parks here, a lot of recreational activities. I'll do that one in another YouTube video. This one's specific to what you can do in Cedar City, Utah, activities that are great for the entire family. So let's get to it. All right, so I have jumped into our Google Maps and my screen share because, as you know, if you've been watching some of my other videos, you know I really like to utilize Google to show you what there is here. I just think it's really helpful, 1, for you to get the location, 2, for you to get images, 3, for you to get a price point and reviews, and just give you a really full picture of that. So the first thing on my list of things to do in Cedar City, Utah is the Cedar Bowling Center. Now, these aren't going to be in any particular order. These are just 10 things you can do in Cedar City, Utah with families. The Cedar Bowling Center just happens to be the first one here. So we do actually have a bowling alley. It is really nice. It's located off of the 3rd exit, or the most northern exit in Cedar City, Utah here. It is right between Enoch, which if you head out this way, you see more of this farmland. That's the city of Enoch, which you can see is right next to Cedar City. The Cedar Bowling Center is right off of that most northern exit on the I-15 right here. Now, I do actually love this bowling center. I came here for years before even moving to Cedar City. It's just a fun place for the family. They do have arcade games. They have a grill in there, which is actually really good. My son will stop by there on while he's working for lunch because he really enjoys their burgers. So you can see just from the images here on my Google Maps, because you know I love to use that. It's just a fun place for the family to hang. This little area here is where you can sit over by the grill within there. Of course, that looks, well, a little blurry, honestly, but still delicious. They do have that Cosmo night bowling, which allows you to go in and just kind of get a different feel when you are in there. And of course, they have an arcade center in there as well. So this is just a fun family place that you can go for entertainment. All right, next up on our list of things to do in Cedar City, Utah is the Cedar Fun Center. This is also located actually between the 1st and 2nd exit in Cedar City, Utah. But if you think of where our bowling center was, right here by this northern exit, you're just gonna go the other direction and head south. This is our main street here. And you can see the Cedar Fun Center is right across from the Canyon View Middle School and High School, right on Fiddler's Canyon Road. So the Cedar Fun Center has laser tag, it has movies, it has mini golf. There is also a large arcade in there as well, and you can earn tickets and have the little store for your family to go up and buy their prizes, or exchange for their prizes, I should say. Just a really fun place. They do have parties and private packages available for reservation. They have a separate room where you can set up, bring in some pizza, some cake, and actually have a little event in there. So it's just a fun location for the family in Cedar City, Utah. You can buy passes there. As far as Google, it does have over 700 reviews. with an average of 4.4 stars. So let's take a look at some of the pictures in here just to give you an idea. This is where you might go up to get some of your snacks for the movie theater. On the other end of this, down over to the right, will be where they have prizes available for you to exchange for your tickets. So you can see an image of the theater in here. It's kind of an older theater, but it's great when, let's say you want to go and let your kids play in the arcade and laser tag and you want to go sit and watch a movie. Perfect for that as a parent. All right, so you can see some of the arcade games that are available here in the Google Maps pictures. You can kind of get a look of what it looks like in the miniature golf here. So just a great place to go for the family and enjoy each other's company. All right, so next up on our things to do in Cedar City, Utah is the Cedar City Aquatics Center. This is located off of the most southern exit on the I-15 in Cedar City, Utah. So for perspective, the bowling center was clear on the north end of town. The fun center was right about here in between the northern and middle exit in Cedar City, Utah. The aquatic center is right off of that southernmost exit here. You're just going to come off and come up this Royal Hunt Drive here. So within the Aquatic Center, you can find some more information about it on Cedar City's actual website, cedarcity.org. It gives you your hours, it gives you your pricing. You can see some of the things that they offer there. As far as on Google Maps, you know I love to take you there, one, to look at the ratings. There's over 600 here at a 4.5 average rating. But this is going to have a public outdoor pool, and there is a slide off over to the side, as well as an indoor pool. You know, with Cedar City, half of the year it is cold. It could be snowing for 4 months. So you can still go and swim during the day here in Cedar City. The only thing that I've noticed as a parent when you're in there, the water and the waterfalls can get kind of loud just because it's indoor. So something to think about there. But it is a great place for the family. You can come in, swim laps, just a lot to offer here. So this is a great place for the family because it is pretty affordable. Just make sure you are checking the hours before you show up. And there are passes you can buy at the beginning of the summer so that let's say you have older children and you want to drop them off so they can swim, you can do that. I've actually even taken my younger son here for swimming lessons. So this is a great place for family activities. All right, so number 4 on our things to do in Cedar City, Utah is the Lake at the Hill. And this is actually right next to the Cedar City Aquatic Center. So remember, that is off of our southernmost exit here on the I-15 at the edge of town. So right behind the Aquatic Center here is our Lake at the Hill. So if you're going to the Aquatic Center, typically you would park over here, but if you turn on this little road before the Aquatic Center, it's going to take you back to a parking lot that has public bathrooms here. And then this is a man-made lake. And this is actually on a hill. If you were looking at this, at the topography of it, you are on a hill looking out over Cedar City, Utah. So this is a man-made lake. What I love about it is, one, there is a walking path you can see that will go all the way around it, and then it will head off this direction. 2, this image doesn't show it here, but they have since added a dock where you can walk out and you can actually fish at this man-made lake. And then 3, this is a nice beach entrance. So this is going to be soft sand around here where you can actually sit down comfortably with a towel and an umbrella and enjoy this lake and not feel like you're walking on rocks, which is really great because you wouldn't expect that within Cedar City. Of course, we have lakes, real lakes outside in the outskirts of Cedar City, not going to have that beach entry. So they are going to be a little bit more rocky, probably colder because this, of course, isn't going to be as deep and isn't that flowing water coming in. So something to think about there. And this is great for a quick day trip with the family because most everything in Cedar City is about a 10-minute drive. So you can be there, spend an hour, have some food, and head back home, and it doesn't have to be a big deal. I also love it because they'll rent out paddle boards and kayaks right at this little building here. You can even, if we zoom in enough, you can see some sitting out here. And those are really actually pretty affordable. So if we take a look at cedarcity.org website, it does tell you some of the regulations here. So for example, fishing is free for under 12, and then there is a fish limit of 2 per person per day. So that is state regulated. But within this reservoir, there are catfish, bass, rainbow trout, albino trout. It's just a great little getaway within town during those warmer months. Of course, it is not accessible the whole year because of weather here, right? But you can see here, if you go to their website, they'll usually have a link showing you what the kayak rentals are. So for example, very affordable. You can get a single kayak $4 an hour or $15 for the day. So you're not lugging in that kayak by yourself and trying to strap it to your vehicle. And then you can also get the life jacket there with it, as well as paddle boards are $6 per hour or $20 per day. I really think that's a great investment when I show up there with my kids, because I can sit and just enjoy the beach with a book, and they can go out and paddle around on the water. And it's not so large that I can't see them, right? They have life jackets on, very comfortable, very family friendly. So let's take a look and see if we can see some images over here on Google Map, just to kind of give you an idea. Of course, it is a man-made lake. There were some hotter days in the summer where, you get that fish smell coming off, so that's not awesome. There aren't a lot of images in here that I feel like really give you the idea of the beach. Here's the Aquatic Center in the background. You can see the beautiful mountains. This is the beach entry over here. This part you're going to see across the lake if you're walking on the path. Or if you're paddling around, you're going to see rocks lining the outside of the lake. And just a really kind of beautiful place to be within the middle of town, that when you get up there, you don't feel like you're within the city, but you didn't have to drive that long to get there. Now, there aren't a lot of reviews for this one, only about 48. They are still at that 4.3 or above rating, so that is good. Everything I'm showing you is above 4 stars, so that is a win, right? All right, number 5 on our things to do in Cedar City, Utah is park discovery. Now, you can see I've kind of grouped these activities in an area here. The park discovery is actually a park located directly across from the Aquatic Center. So you could really do a whole day in this area up here. The reason I chose park discovery is because, one, it has a large field where you can spread out, play soccer, football, whatever it is your family enjoys, have a picnic, let the kids run around, whatever. Or you can play in this fun park that's kind of a discovery park, meaning your kids can actually explore in here and feel like they're in their own little park village. It's really pretty cool here. So these pictures kind of give you an idea of what to expect here. There is also a small amphitheater here, meaning you could rent it out, say for a family reunion or maybe a family lunch. And I only say that because my family has rented out the pavilion so that we could sit there, bring our own food, eat, visit with relatives we haven't seen for a while the kids ran over and played at the Discovery Park, which is really close to the pavilion. So if you come to cedarcity.org's website, it will show you what exact amenities are there, and there is an actual link here on the city's website where you can make those park reservations either for the pavilion or the amphitheater, whatever your choice is. It really is just a fun park, different from your typical park and different activities. So right here is going to be the pavilion. The park is on the other end over here. You can see the field is absolutely beautiful. Look, great for flying kites. And it has a great view in the distance. Again, this is right across from the Aquatic Center and the lake at the hill, and most places in Cedar City have some sort of walking trail connecting them. So again, this view is just beautiful. All right, number 6 on our things to do in Cedar City, Utah is of course another park, but it is a skate park. I threw this in because, again, it offers something that isn't at your typical park with the play jungle. Of course, this skate park is attached to Bicentennial Park, which has baseball fields as well as a long stretch of field that are typically used to play soccer and football games. And then you definitely will have your children's play place over here. This image doesn't do a great job of showing that, but there is a nice play area here for kids, as well as a pavilion where you can eat. And there is a volleyball court over here as well. Again, this image is not great for that. But I wanted to highlight this area because it does have a section here for a skate park, which I visited this with my son, only we do not skateboard. So we were on those Razor scooters as well as electric bikes. We took both on it and it was a lot of fun. But it's right next to a walking path here as well that connects to the Coal Creek Trail. So this is located right in the middle of that center exit in town and the northern exit. And you can really get to this many ways. Of course, just Google map it. It'll get you there. You can either put in exit 59 skate park, or you can put in Bicentennial Soccer Complex or Bicentennial Softball Complex. It's going to get you there. But this is the only park in town that has the actual skate park. So if you have children or yourself, any of you are interested in that, this is the place to go. And I'm gonna be honest, this little section here is dirt. We've actually even come out here to the skate park and this dirt area and driven RC cars. So if that's something you're interested in, we've done that as well. Just an idea of the images here. Not super large, but still I wanted you to know about it because there are people that love to skate, and it's a great place where your kids can come and ride their bikes as well. It is right next to Coal Creek. Sometimes this creek has water flowing, sometimes it has it gushing, and sometimes it will be dry, just depending on how much rain or snow we've had and the melt off, and really what they're letting through. Sometimes they'll block off that water and not let it through. So it is right next to Coal Creek is back here, and there's a walking trail there. So really just beautiful, a great quick stop, free, where you can let out some energy with your family. All right, number 7 on our things to do in Cedar City, Utah is the Iron Axe. This is axe throwing, as you might be able to tell from the name. And it is located right on Main Street in the center of town. So you really could take that southernmost exit or the most center exit here and get over to the Iron Axe. So if you've been axe throwing before, you will love this place. If not, it's separated out. Actually, let me show you the pictures first so you can kind of get an idea. You can go in. There are separate cages. They have lines marked on the floor to help you know where to stand, and you will just throw axes. Actually, they have other things. They have stars, knives, different items that you can actually throw here at Iron Axe. I've gone with my family. I did a lot better at the smaller tools because my hands shake and I'm super weak, so throwing an axe is not the safest thing for me to do. So they do have other items, and you might, you can kind of see them here on this image. You can see the stars, you can see the knives, just a lot of different options of things that you can do there. And they do have just a small little section here of food that you can get as well. Not huge, really just tables that you can visit and mingle and kind of just have a party there. They do have private parties. I had a company just recently do a private party there, so they'll shut the place down. You don't have to worry about anyone else coming in and can just have a good time with family and friends. You want to make sure that you do get the waiver signed before going in. Of course, you can do it when you go in there, but it just saves time if you don't want to do it when you get there. As far as pricing and hours, you can see that on their website, iron-axe.com/pricing. Or you can get to the website off of Google Maps as well. So it just kind of gives you a breakdown of the prices they have here as well as the hours. I feel that's pretty affordable as far as axe throwing goes. So something to think about there. What I noticed when I was looking at this is this actually has 5-star reviews. So Only 130 views, not as many as some of our restaurants got in our last video, but it has 5 stars. So people really do enjoy it in here. It's definitely a place to check out with the family. Not free, but another great fun activity here in Cedar City, Utah. All right, number 8 on our list is another park. This is the Ann J. Gardner Park or Canyon Park. And I know you're getting a lot of parks in here. I probably should have lumped this with the other ones, but each of them has something different to offer, so we can't not show the parks here. What is cool about the Ann J. Gardner Park, sorry for that amazing zoom, is it is located right off of Center Street before you head up the canyon. So if we zoom out, you can get there from either the second exit off of the I-15 or the first. It's kind of in the center of both of them, but it is right before you head up the canyon to get to Duck Creek, Panguitch, Bryan Head. It's right at the foot of that. And what that does is we have a creek that comes down here. Let me see if I can go in. This is Coal Creek. It actually passed through our skate park on the other end of town. That's kind of the end of it. But this is where Coal Creek will come, and it will run through this actual park. You can see it coming down through, and there's quite a lot of trees around this creek. And my husband actually remembers playing in that as a little boy and falling in the creek and not telling his mom. So, fun fact, that creek's been there for quite some time. This is really just a beautiful, beautiful park. Very, very green, right? Look at these beautiful trees. You can kind of see the creek here coming through. And then you'll notice there are a lot of walking paths. I've ridden electric bikes through here. There's a whole cool trail system off of Coal Creek that I'll highlight in another video, but I have ridden bikes through here. We have walked through here. It's really just a beautiful park. Of course, this one does have your traditional park play place here, but it's really just so beautiful. So this image is more at the end of winter. You can tell things aren't nearly as green as they were in the last one, but I like it because it shows the trail here that heads up into the canyon, and that trail will take you quite a ways up there. And then the creek comes down through here, which of course is much more green in the summer when there are leaves on the trees. So just to show you another beautiful view that somebody took when they were at this park. I love Google Maps. It might be one of my most favorite websites because it offers so much between ratings and location and images from other people. So all of you that put images on here, thank you. It's appreciated. And of course, you can find some more information on the cedarcity.org website if you want to go in and make any pavilion reservations here. So really just a great park to visit if you're looking for something to do in Cedar City, Utah. All right, number 9 on our things to do in Cedar City, Utah is actually 3 different things, a couple of things, but it is SUU Outdoors is where you're going to find it. So suu.edu/outdoors. And there's only a couple things that I want to highlight here. Their challenge course is actually the first thing that I want to highlight here. This is something I did before coming to Cedar City, Utah with a large group of people. The challenge course offers opportunities to grow and strengthen as a group. And even though it is put on by SUU, it is available to other people, and it is really just a fun course. So this is actually located very near SUU. So here are the SUU soccer fields, football fields. This is going to be right directly across from them. And as far as in regard to the town, it is very near that central exit, but between the southern and central exit of Cedar City, Utah. So it's kind of right up against the I-15. It's very much a ropes, trust, challenge course that you can partake in with your family. So that's one thing offered by SUU Outdoors. If you actually go into their facility, they have a climbing tower, which you can go in and rent out for your family. They also have here a rappelling station that you can go and do with the family. And then of course they have a tread wall at their PE building. So SUU really has a lot that they can offer, and I know I'm not covering everything in this video. There's plays, museums, everything you could possibly want at our university. Again, we are a college town, but they open this stuff up to others in the town, which is super awesome of them. All right, number 10 on our things to do in Cedar City, Utah is the Frontier Homestead State Park Museum. Of course, there are still other things to do in Cedar City, Utah, but this video I know is getting long, so we're gonna leave it at this one. I absolutely love this place. I came to Cedar for years and years and years and then didn't actually come until I moved here. But this is a great attraction for those coming into town as well as those living here. I could visit it every year with my family and be happy. This is located right near that center exit in Cedar City, Utah, off of Main Street and right by our beautiful cemetery. It is actually a beautiful cemetery. If you like cemeteries, that one's one that I like. All right, I'm squirreling here. So the Frontier Homestead State Park and Museum is exactly what it says it is. This is where you're going to get an idea of Cedar City, Iron counties, pretty much the whole southwest of Utah, of our early history with the pioneers and the industrial portion of our history. There are a lot of hands-on activities here. There's a huge horse-drawn wagon collection, historic buildings, some Native American heritage in there, which is really cool. And then there is kind of a gift shop at the front. But let me take you back to Google Maps here so I can show you a few things from their images. If you want to get to their website, of course, just search them on Google Maps, one of my favorite websites, and it will take you to their website and give you more information. But I do want to highlight them. They have over 600 reviews at a 4.7 rating. Of course, I love anything that's over a 4-star, but the closer to 5, the better. Let's take a look at some of the images here. You can see some of the older buildings here that have been preserved. You can walk through them. It's really a cool experience. All right, so here is a different angle from the log cabin. You can kind of see a wood burning stove here. Of course, I did say they have a great wagon collection. You'll be able to find this on Main Street by seeing this big piece of heavy equipment. You will see this right out front on Main Street and you will know that you have hit the Frontier Homestead. So again, just a lot of older outhouse buildings. There's an older train here, kind of an old gel where you can walk into that. A lot of old farming tools. Just a really great place to go with the family. I went with my kids. It was really just such a fun experience and they loved it. So a lot of history in here. Pricing isn't too bad if you come and check their website. You definitely want to make sure you check the hours, you check the price before going in there. If you go to their website, you can see everything that they do offer. There are some nice bathrooms there. You can picnic in there. They do have a cell phone audio tour, which is pretty cool. So you can go through and actually scan and listen to things while you are in there. So really just a great place to visit. I wouldn't miss it. Honestly, it should have been number 1 on my list because it really just gives you a whole general history of Cedar City, Utah, Iron County, and the whole southwest of Utah. So definitely check this one out when you come into town. It really is a great one. All right, that wraps up our 10 things to do in Cedar City, Utah that are great for the whole family. Of course, many other things to do here. We'll look at those in the future, but this was a quick breakdown of where you can start. Remember, if you are thinking of living in Cedar City, Utah or the surrounding areas, my name is Elizabeth Prisby. I would love it if you would reach out to me. My information is down below in the description. Please don't be afraid to. I do get calls, texts, emails from people just like you every single day that don't think they're going to reach me, and they do. So if you want to move here, make sure to reach out. And then, of course, if you find this information interesting, go ahead and subscribe so you can stay up to date on our market. All right, until next time, have a wonderful day.